Hey guys, Kath here, just popping in before we roll into the episode, which was recorded back in December last year. So I'm really sorry. We're well into 2022, and I hope the new year's gone really well for you. And I can't wait to interview more of yous in the future. But first of all, thank you so much for the response of just the guest reveal. We got to 150 views. So if we can hit that again, or if not double it, that would be absolutely amazing. I want to apologize to all the people that were genuinely excited for this to come out, and I got a lot of messages and really good feedback. So this is how I want to keep in the community. I'm really excited to release more episodes, and we do have 2 episodes banked already after this to let rip after this, hopefully. So no more delays or huge ones like we will address in the episode of Mellow. So another thank you to Mellow, of course. I was really shy in this episode. This is my first ever podcast, and we've got Mop with the graphics. So he's been super patient with me he's been through sickness. He's been through really hard study tasks and scheduling. So he's been doing it on the side. Mellow's been patient with me, and he really carried this episode. He's such a good talker on top of just being an all-round great entertainer and content creator. So hope you enjoy, guys. Make sure to leave me some feedback in the comments. If it's too nasty, you just DM me. Please don't publicly shame me. All right, sorry, guys. And yeah, let's let it roll. Mop, end this bit, and let's get into the episode. Thanks, guys. All right, finally, limited time, episode 1 with Mellowshooter. How you going, mate? Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Mellowshooter. I'm from the UK. I'm 17, and I make memes.
You still make memes?
Still make memes, even though I haven't made one in like over a month.
Like we were talking about before, I was checking your YouTube. It's a little quiet at the moment.
Yeah, just a little quiet. Yeah, well, I always forget to upload on my YouTube, actually. It's like, even if I make something on Instagram, I'm always like, a few days later, I'm like, oh, I forgot to post that to YouTube. And then I just never do. Because YouTube, you gotta make thumbnails and everything. It's a lot more time consuming.
I freaked out about thumbnails for the little intro snippet I did the other day. Mop had done the whole video, and he sent it to me, and then I was so excited to upload it. I was trying to upload it on Christmas, and then I was like, oh, he's probably asleep, and I don't have a thumbnail. I just got my shitty photo app on it that I use for Instagram, and just slapped a font doing the first guest reveal, and here we are. No one's really mocked me about it yet, so I'm hoping it looks alright.
It was fine. I didn't notice.
I hate the sound of my voice. I couldn't really listen. I watched it, and then I uploaded it. I'm like, then no one's mocked me.
Oh, I'm the same. Yet. I definitely won't be able to watch this back because can't stand hearing my own voice in a recording.
Oh, well, you didn't have to listen to it the first time, and what I mean by that, guys, is Mellow is the kindest soul. This will be his going into his 3rd hour of talking to me, I reckon. We tried to record this a month ago, and the audio stuffed up, and it's my fault, and I'm incredibly grateful for Mellow coming back again, and yeah, hopefully this will be out in the new year for everyone to listen to. So thank you again, Mellow.
Yeah, it's alright. It was fun the first time, so it'll be fun this time as well.
There was me bragging about how consistent this was going to be, and then a month later, where I posted the art so long ago, but I went through a move. I changed jobs, I changed towns, and I just didn't juggle things too well. I wasn't on Instagram, as people noticed, but I'm back now. You haven't gone anywhere, at least.
Yep, still as inconsistent as usual.
2 really consistent people having a chat.
Yep.
Well, there's so many UK like half my following is US and UK, and I think it's good to have a UK person on the first episode. So whereabouts do you live? What's your? It's not really states. What's your area in England, I suppose?
Well, it's kind of like the northwest area, even if I don't sound like it. It's pretty like It's only like a 50-minute like train away from Liverpool, which is,
Right. Yeah.
people would be surprised because I don't sound anything like I'm from Liverpool because I don't have that accent. But like people
You
in
just
my,
sound like a
well,
normal
it's
person to
funny
me.
because
Yeah.
people in my town, it's like notorious for like having like plastic scousers, I like to call them, because they weren't born with a Scouse accent, and they didn't pick it up from anywhere except from learning it themselves, and that's just how they speak now, for no reason. And like, I had someone at college ask me once, like, where I was from, so I told them where I was from, and they were like, "Oh, but you don't sound like you're from there." I was like, "What do you mean?" Like, "Oh, but everyone there speaks Scouse, doesn't they?" I was like, "No, it's like only like half the
Plastic
people."
scouse.
Plastic
I'm not
Scouse.
sure if you said that last time. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
A plastic scouse.
that's what I like to call it. It's just like a,
Oh.
they're just kind of like, some of them are like, who are like born in Liverpool and moved here, or have like parents from Liverpool, or people with like Scouse accents. But some of them, it's only them, and none of their friends have it either, or their friends get it.
Yeah.
It's just them and their friends who have that accent. It's really weird, and I don't get it.
Well, I guess for me, you sound like a normal British person.
Yeah, I don't
and
really
then
have
there's
like a regional accent.
and then
Just
there's
like,
Geordies,
yeah.
which I've Geordie Shore. I remember growing up watching Big Gaz. Um, all the girls used to watch that in high school, and then yeah, I guess Liverpool, like the Stephen Gerrard like accent is crazy.
Yeah,
That's the
that's what a
three
lot of them
accents I
sound like.
really know, I suppose.
Yeah, there's quite a few. You got like the Geordie accents, like extreme, like northeast, and then you've got,
Actually, Mops is pretty UK, isn't it? He's pretty bottle of water.
yeah, not really. It's like the bottle of water thing is actually
Bottle of
just,
water.
that's like southern, like English, like around like London and stuff like that. That's like that Cockney accent.
Yeah.
Um, you know, it's only like that area that says like pronounces things like that. So it's really weird, you know.
Well, I've ticked shouting out Mop in an episode, so just tick that off the short list. Did you know he made a Vault video? Every time I bring up Mop.
The Vault
Mop, come
video is
back.
great.
Great. What is the Vault? You know, someone just made a. Oh, let's. Okay, we'll talk about. We were just talking about that on Discord. Someone just made a fake Vault. Um, that just
Oh,
happened
the
the
one
last
on
couple of
the
days.
one on Twitter.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
I'll
I've
try and
seen
buy it off them.
I've seen loads of people get angry about that. When it's like, as long as Youtooz don't want that like Twitter handle, which like they probably would have done before they made the TikTok account, I would think,
Yeah.
would be the smart thing. Like, there's no harm because it's obviously not a real Youtooz account. It's like at the start they kind of like, people were like, "Oh, it must be a real account for some reason," when normally they end up following their official accounts. But and
They've
then they
got so
started,
many.
it just kind of got really out of hand. It was kind of funny to see at the start, to be honest. I haven't seen anything like new from it. I haven't seen what they've posted or whatever. So what I might be saying might be like really terrible because they might have posted something horrible. But yeah,
They're
it's
getting
like,
tons of likes. That's for sure.
yeah,
I
they
think a
a
lot of people fell
lot
for it.
of loads of people fell for it. I saw like the I saw the TikTok one first. But the thing is, that account is like for showcasing like old figures, not talking about the
Yeah.
actual vault itself, which is kind of disappointing. I mean, at this point, does the vault even exist?
Oh, Mellow, we've made a major mistake. We've given free advertising.
We have given free advertising.
Oh, damn. Oh, well. Anyway, don't check out that
Well,
account.
yeah,
Use code CAF at your local McDonald's. I've got a 1% discount.
1% discount. That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
it's great. Now, it's been a few minutes already, and I haven't even let you talk about yourself. We've just been talking about how you normally talk, but you, I've got in my little rundown sheet. You're the competition king of winning Youtooz giveaways, but I don't think you've won one in a while. But take me through how many, because you don't collect
Oh,
as much as you used to, but like a huge majority of your figures have been won via your editing skills, really.
yeah. I'm just trying to. What was the last one that I think I can't remember. It was like actually the last one that I won was like oh, it was the I was one of the Christmas ornament winners on the Reddit. I think that's the most recent one that I've won, and I can't remember what the competition was before it, but I think I might have also won in that. I'm not sure because I have like because I just remember winning two figures and I completely forget what it was for. But I've
You,
won I've
you've won a
won.
lot, and
Yeah,
you've been stitched up a lot too. I reckon you should have won a lot more.
it's nah, I wouldn't say that. Like I've gotten
Oh,
enough
you didn't say
free
that last time.
stuff. Did I?
No, I'm joking. I'm just pulling. I've got this past recording audio that's really scuffed, and I can just lie and just say you said all this stuff
That's
last time.
true. That's true. So
Pull
I'm
your
trying to
leg.
think. Yeah, well, some of the stuff I've won from competitions, like I won the Family Guy Wave One set from a competition. I think I won Santalarius, Alan Becker from like that recent one. I've got a Vic Star that I'm pretty sure might be being delivered today at the time of
Oh,
recording
really?
from a
Oh, that's good.
competition. I think I won a BB No Money plush from competition
Oh,
as
Vic Star
well.
from the gun design. That was it, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
like the
Yeah.
Warzone design.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Yeah. And I can't remember what other ones I won from. I don't think I won any others from competitions. Oh wait, no, I did. I won fourth meme and Dat Boy from a Discord competition.
Oh, Discord. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Um, and then all the other free ones that I got, like I got like free Connery's Pants V2 from making an edit, which like took a while because it was probably one of the longer ones that I've done. Probably the second longest like Youtooz edit that I've done. Um, I got Godzilla versus Kong and Shrek from something that I did with Cryptixer. Um, which was good with the Godzilla versus Kong because that didn't even ship to the UK, so that was really cool
Yeah,
to get.
you got one there.
I got Dolan Dark from an edit that I made, like a Pokemon edit of the two, and then and it was funny because the Grandes I actually won the giveaway on Instagram, so I got both of them for free.
Now,
And
see a minute ago how you said you couldn't remember, and now you've listed off about
oh yeah, that's just because
That's how good you are.
I've just pulled up the shop app. I'm just looking at all the
Oh,
ones I
right.
have, and
You just
then
having a scroll
yeah, and then I got the 6 stickies and the slime stick, which kind of started the whole thing off. And I've got myself
for a
like a
big
little
collector.
tree.
That shop app is scary. Seeing how much you've bought
Yeah,
over the years. Yeah.
yeah, it's quite a lot, but also like I've also sold some, so like it's made. Oh wait, oh I forgot one. I got a Brody Fox from a Discord competition as well. And I think that's it.
Well,
Yeah,
you've
there we
had
go.
such a good run the few twos, and you did say you were selling some, but
Yeah.
where did it all start? I can't remember if I asked this the first time, but take us through. I suppose how did you hear about Youtooz, and what was your first figure?
Um, I think my first figure was probably Crying Carson because I think that was the first one that I ever bought from the site. But the first ever one that I got in hand was a Schlatt V1 that I got on resale on eBay. I can't
And
remember like
how much
how
you
I
picked that
first
one up
saw it.
for?
It was like 40 quid, so it wasn't even that bad.
Yeah,
Like
that's a steal.
at the time he was going for like hundreds of pounds, so
Yeah, absolute robbery.
yeah. But
Well, how many would you say you're in your collection now? If you
right now,
And how many have you sold recently? Have you been cut down a little bit, or
I sold a few. I know that Technoblades V3 is coming out like next year sometime, so I sold my Technoblade V1. because, well, they're quite similar looking figures anyway, from what I've seen in like leaks and box art and stuff. And
Yeah.
like the V3 just looks a bit better, in my opinion. So I'm just gonna go buy that. I actually sold Technoblade for like £200, which was a nice thing for Christmas. I sold quite a lot of like the Minecraft ones because, well, the for me that their content, most of their content is kind of like getting really, well, just worse. And I think that's just because of the fan base to me. Like, it's just,
Yeah.
they're trying to please their fan bases instead of doing, content that they might want to do. But, I'm keeping around my Tommy, Wilbur, and Jack Manifold figures because they seem to
Yeah.
do.
They're the
I know
main
with,
guys I
yeah.
follow as
Well,
well.
I know with like Tommy, like he's a big fan of Schlatt, and I know like loads of like Tommy stands hate Schlatt. So, I like to
My
see
partner is the
I like
biggest
to see
fan of
him.
Schlatt.
Yeah, Schlatt's great. He's probably one of my favorites. Maybe like second favorite content creator. Just found Connor Eats Pants. But no, like I like how like Tommy and Wilbur and Jack will like do collaborations with people that their fan base may not like because they know that you know they like it's their friend. You know,
Yeah.
I find it weird when fan bases try and manage friend groups from outside. It's pretty disturbing to me. Um, well, that's
It's
just another
important to
tangent.
stay true to yourself.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I like to see in like content creators when they be themselves. They're not like warped by their fan base or something. Uh, so for figures that I have currently, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. I think about 28 figures at the moment. I think like left. I have some others that I'm gonna sell though, so I'm not gonna count them. And then I've got like 7. I think 7 from the slime plushies,
It's a pretty
and then
healthy amount.
2. Yeah, and then
Nothing
there's
too
like
crazy.
9 plushes there. And then I can't remember how much stuff I have left to come because those are just the ones in hand. I have a few more. Most
On top of pre-orders, you got like
Yeah, I
Connor
got
coming
1,
and
2, 3,
yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, I've got like maybe about 50 something products, I think.
Oh, fit. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You're
I
killing it.
think around that.
Well, guys, I didn't even get Mellow on to talk about Youtooz because, yeah, yo, I just checked your follower account on Instagram. It's at 6,900.
Oh, is it? That was.
6,900.
Oh, it is. That's
It's dead on.
that's more than it was yesterday. It's weird because I've
Now,
been gaining followers for no reason.
it's
Like
just the
I'm
holiday season.
when
People been
yeah, when was
people been scrolling.
the last meme I posted was the 21st of November.
Oh, for context, guys, this is being recorded on the 29th of December.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't say that because imagine if it takes 3 weeks to get this out. Well, I've put it live.
Yeah,
I've
it
got
is what it
you've got to
is.
hold it to me. I got a big day tomorrow as well at work, but I'll put in the editing shift, send it off to Mop. Now that's enough of Youtooz because we've got so many Youtooz social questions that we didn't have implemented into the last recording because it was
Yeah,
all
that's true.
secret. And so there's some great questions about Youtooz editing and yourself in general. But yeah, I'd love to talk about your main content creation. Like when we met, like there's tons of stories that we talked about last time, but how we met was Cryptixa got me, you, Mop, shout out Mop, editor Mop, for one of his YouTube videos, and when he used to record, um, and it was amazing. I was like, oh, and your name was Melon, so I kept calling you Melon for about an
Yeah, I
hour.
remember that. Yeah.
Disrespect. Um, because I take Discord names really literally. So
Yeah.
that's why
Well,
mine
that
is
was
my
that was
boring name.
yeah, that was Crip's fault. He nicknamed me
Yeah,
Melon on the.
yeah.
That was funny though.
And I checked out your account, and it's just been growing ever since. What really got you into starting editing and doing memes, and what really inspired you? Was it a brand new phone? Take us through it, I suppose.
Um, Honestly, it was like I just kind of like started watching like memes a lot in like probably like 2015, like compilation and stuff, and I just kept like it was just in I like seeing like how it was evolving and everything, and then like proper like edited memes started like popping up around 2016, 2017, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, and then it got to like I think it was 2018 or night no 2019 or where I had like a PC and I was like, I'm gonna like try and start editing something. And I got like this free software called like Shotcut on the PC. And it's not very good, but it was a start. And but I realized that there was no way that I was gonna be able to make some better things with this software because all I could really do is cut up bits of video and add in audio. I couldn't really do anything else. So I very legally went and downloaded Adobe
Allegedly.
After Effects, and I just kind of like taught myself a bunch of stuff. I watched a couple tutorials on some like little niche things, like, and I just when I don't know how to do something, I'll just look it up how to do it. But like most of the stuff, I just kind of taught myself through like trial and error. So
It's incredible because this is genuinely self-taught talent. And don't undersell yourself, because I got you on this because you're not only my friend, but you're so funny. And I think content creation is an incredible talent because it's all basically self-taught. We didn't go through school or college. This was always a side hobby which you've seen it. You're just doing something you love, and you're making a little hobby out of it, if not a minor profession. And I didn't really congratulate you that much on the last recording. So yeah, you've got a lot of fans, Mellow. And how did you come across the name Mellowshooter to begin with? I suppose were you something at the start
um,
that you were embarrassed of, or have you always been this one
I,
I suppose?
I can't remember what. Oh yeah, I remember. I think I started off like creating my own like memes. And I think my original name was like mellow.mp5, which you can actually see from my Twitter handle, which is
Yeah.
like mellow mp5, and I can't change it. I don't know how to change it. I don't think you can. So I'm like stuck with that forever. When I was like, wow, that's a really stupid name. Because I was gonna do mellow.mp4, but that was already taken, so I was like, well, I'll just make it mellow.mp5. And then I
Yeah.
was like, wow, that's a really stupid name. So I was in a group chat because this was when I like started to grow a bit. I got like noticed by like someone, and we kind of got like into a group chat, and there was a few other people in there, and like I'm pretty sure one of the people was like Pam Cinema, who's like really really good at editing. I can't remember how I even got in that group chat, but I ended up in there, and I ended up just in that group chat like get we were talking about like usernames, and I was like, oh, I need a new username. This one sucks. I wanted to keep the mellow part because I kind of like that. It's pretty like chill. And then I was like, well, I need something else. So we just like got a bunch of random word like generator type things, and then it came to that to like Mellowshooter, and I was like, yeah, that'll do. And then it just kind of I haven't changed it since. And I was like, well, I
Mm,
may as well keep it because there's nothing wrong with it.
I like it. And it's distracting me at the moment because you are Merry Shooter on Discord. So
That's
that is your
true.
name. You're no longer Mellow. So,
Yeah.
and you've got the little Christmas PFP.
Yeah, I like to like sometimes do little like seasonal profile pictures because I just get bored.
It's fun, yeah. And when you just said, is it Pan Chiller? Was it Pam Chiller?
I think it's Pam Cinema,
Where
or
did I get that
he
from?
has like
Pam. Yeah,
he
I
has
just
like
googled it. Yeah,
yeah
250K on
yeah
Instagram.
that's what he's got now. Yeah, he deserves more to be honest. He's really talented, like at editing. Yeah, I think when I was in the group chat, it was his Pam Pam MP4 account or one like that. Well, this was like years ago. I
Everyone was
can't
an
remember.
MP4 back then, were they?
He still is like this one. It's like a really.
Yeah.
I remember he got banned for a while for like no reason. There was like another like purge of accounts, but he didn't do anything wrong because people were like mass reporting him because it's weird with repost meme pages because the smaller ones get jealous of the bigger ones and try to like take them down by like
Oh,
mass
definitely.
reporting
Yeah.
and stuff. And the thing is, the ones that do that are always the ones that like get like really like terrible ads and stuff just to like make a quick buck. And it's just they're like the worst pages you've ever seen. They're just terrible. But especially ones that don't credit like I really hate when people like take something that you
Copy
or a
paste.
friend's made and they put it in without like crediting. And like if you like sometimes it's a mistake and you could say, "Oh, I made this. Can you credit me?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, sure, it's fine." That's
Yeah.
fine. So when they refuse to, I think that's a bit shitty thing to do.
Because
Um,
some people randomly just find things in the wilderness and go, "This is funny. I'll put this up. There's no way that," or maybe they put it up and they go, "I hope that original person comments so I can give them credit. I'd love to know that."
yeah.
But TikTok is just the worst for that. And I love the comment section.
It's always
Always
like,
credit.
no, it's
And
not.
then they go, yeah.
No, it's not.
Well, my comment section's pretty humble, but yeah, I think I know what your comment section is. What you're talking about is some are just like, who cares? It's TikTok,
Yeah.
and it's
But
like, who cares? It's TikTok versus credit the creator, and it's a massive war every time, basically.
yeah. Worst one for me is when someone takes a video that's yours and then puts their watermark over your watermark, claiming that they
Oh,
made the video. And that's
yeah,
like, it's so annoying. And especially if they're a bigger page, it would be hard to do anything about it. Or if it that and some most of the time that will go viral instead of the other one, or someone that's cropped your watermark because videos with no watermark more likely to go viral with videos with a watermark, which is sometimes why I like to like sneak it in somewhere else. So it's not
yeah,
obvious, but if
yeah,
I
true.
ever need to prove it, well, it's there.
Mm. Well, actually, speaking of viral, and it's so hard to go viral. I think you've had some bangers.
I've had a
On a
couple ones that do pretty
on a
well.
more positive route of this interview, what would you say your most viral? Let's not say TikToks. I'm banning that word now. What would your most famous memes be? What's one you're most proud of, and then one that everyone knows, of course. And I think everyone
Um,
knows a few.
well, there's one that's kind of the staple of my page, which is the Omni ass meme, and
Slaps it up. Wait,
I
I'm
still
getting the
think it's.
timestamp.
But yeah, I really enjoyed making that. I thought it was like pretty funny, and that
It's
because
iconic.
it's like yeah, it's like one of those things that I saw the scene, I was like, and I saw that picture, I was like, this needs to be made,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
this needs to be like put into thing. I think I made that at like 1 a.m. or something like that. It's like always the stuff that does the best on my page. I make it like 1 a.m. except from like the Damn Daniel one, which I didn't even make on my main PC. I made it on my laptop.
yeah.
So, and that's I don't know how many views does that have on my Instagram now. It's got like 78,000 views and 90,000
Jesus.
impressions, which is like a lot for Instagram because it's really hard to get into the algorithm, especially as like
Oh,
um
definitely.
an,
Yeah.
an OC meme page. But I'd say the most viral thing I've ever made, which was it was just something like really really shit, and it's not even on my page, uh because I did some work for the Memes by Cowbelly YouTube channel. It's got like 2.7 million subscribers. Um, That's a whole nother story. Um, and
Episode 2.
they've got a lot of like it's like popular uploads, and it's like one of their most popular uploads. I can't, but it was a really like terrible video, but it's got me some money, so
The
I don't
bag.
I don't really
We
mind.
chase the bag here.
Yeah, like they have some videos that have like 1.147 million views and stuff.
It
Like
rings a
it's
bell.
meant to,
It rings a bell.
but
Cowbell, was it?
yeah, Cowbelly. He used to
Oh,
make like
Cowbelly.
he used to make like text to speech Club
Oh, okay,
Penguin
yeah.
videos. But I have one. Yeah, it was like a year ago I made it. It was really bad, but I was like, well, I've got no money and I missed a try, and I got like 19 million views. And
Jesus.
yeah, and that video made like $7 for
Oh
them,
my
because
god.
wasn't longer than like 40 seconds. So they were
Yeah.
like, so YouTube were like, oh, you get $7 for this 90 million view video. It's really stupid.
And that's why I have so much respect, and I hope everyone else does watching this. All 63 people. Um, we got 100 views on the first upload, so hopefully I'm aiming for 100 views here, and then an extra 100 with your name, or 200, and then we'll get on the Instagram algorithm, which is impossible, isn't it? So,
Yeah, well,
oh my
that's the
goodness.
problem. It's like the Instagram algorithm. If you get put on the explore page, it can like start to do well, but it's there's nothing you can really do. It just decides when it wants to put you on the explore page. So it's quite
Well,
annoying.
you should be flattered, but I'm not helping your cause either, because you're like one of the only meme pages I follow, because if I follow too many, it just destroys my feed.
Ah, yeah, I
I
get
have
what you
like
mean.
I can't follow too many, and my partner, her Instagram is just all memes, and they're hilarious. But I want to see some real stuff at the same time. Um, like the caffeinated vinyl Instagram, I have to keep that so purely Youtooz, just so I'm not out of the loop. And then I have other spam accounts that I just follow stuff on, and I just have to create all these accounts for different jobs for different reasons, basically, because yeah, you cannot have like one account for everything.
Yeah.
Which leads me on to, I suppose you do have a Mellowshooter account, don't you?
Yeah, that's just kind of like an account if I want to like post a picture of like a figure or something. Like
Yeah,
I don't really use it at all. Well, I don't even have like
it has been a bit quiet actually.
notifications.
Let me get
Yeah.
it up.
Oh yeah, I haven't done anything on it since like I think I
You're probably the Danny thing, wasn't it?
posted something to my story a week ago. Which
Oh no, you put
and then before that it was there wasn't much more. Oh
the
yeah, and
slime. You
oh
put
yeah,
a
the
slime
slimes.
tree.
Yeah,
That's cool.
before that it was September, so I did like two things on it in December, and then before that it was September. So I'm not very active on that account. But
Oh, how dare I? I said I wouldn't bring up Youtooz for a bit. This is it's a prank, guys. This isn't about Youtooz at all. This podcast. Now, oh, first lull. How good's that? First lull the podcast. There's this in joke of this the Luke and Lewis podcast. They have a lull horn. So when there's a lull from my fault, they ring a horn. But I'm just gonna make it even more awkwarder. But
just a big silence instead of a
yeah,
horn.
big. No, let's just not talk for like 10 minutes and see how many. It'd be really interesting to see what the viewership, which is really depressing when I uploaded that first video, seeing how many people. There's the
Yeah.
average watch time. That's a terrible stat. I don't want to
Oh,
see
it's a
that.
horrible stat. The YouTube stats are horrible. Like they get rid of
Oh, it's so depressing.
they get rid of dislikes, which no
Yeah.
one cares. And like dislikes are something that's pretty important. If you want to see like a video that's supposed to be informative and it has more dislikes
Yeah.
than likes, well, it's obviously got to be either false or terrible or whatever. It makes it a good judge of thing. No one like dislikes a video because they like it. I don't understand why they got rid of dislikes,
It's
but
terrible, and
but
you
they
would have
still
learnt
keep they
so
still
much
keep the
editing stuff. Yeah.
they still keep the one out of the 1 of 10, the 10 of 10. That rating.
Oh, I don't want that.
Yeah,
Oh no.
and they have the the viewer watch time thing. Those two things are way worse than any dislikes could any like be. I just absolutely mixed up my words, but you get the gist.
You're talking to me, mate. I stumble. I shouldn't be the one running a podcast. I'm the least experienced. Don't even know how to upload on YouTube. It took me a month. Um, but that was the main thing you talked about before was your best work has been at random times because you're like a comedian, really. If you think of a joke, if you think of a meme, it's straight on the phone. Like a comedian, it's straight to the book, writing out the joke, perfecting it. How many? What's probably this is going to ruin a Twitter question, but how long on average do you spend on an edit? And what has the Twitter question? I'm sorry, whoever asked it was.
I think
What
it
is your
was. I think it
longest edit?
Was
Yeah,
it Vino? Veno? I don't know how to pronounce his name, but
yeah,
I
he
think I
did.
saw
He
that
asked
one.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Um,
ask the other one. He asked two great ones actually. So,
I
oh,
think.
you there?
Yeah, I'm still. I thought you were gonna say something. Um,
Australian. Yeah, I don't shut up. Sorry, Australian
uh,
internet. I thought I'd lost you.
so I think the most I spent on an edit was probably around 27 hours, and
Wow.
I think it was the Rhythm Heaven Youtooz one.
Oh, of course.
Back to
Yeah.
Youtooz again, but yeah, I don't really normally make really long memes because like people have different ideas of what makes like a good meme, and I think if something goes on for like too long, it completely loses like anything it has going for it, which makes it hard to make money off making memes because you don't make any money for like YouTube videos that are like under 40 or 45 seconds. But yeah, but the Rhythm Heaven YouTube's one's like I think it's like a 3 minute or something long video, and that had like a lot of like because I'm not a good artist. I cannot draw or anything like that. So whenever it came to like backgrounds, it'd be really difficult and like settings because
Yeah.
sometimes I could remove things or put things over a scene. Um, but other times I'd have to like remake the background from scratch. And probably the worst one out of the whole thing is like the football kicking one because I had no idea what to do with that one. This was like at the start, and I was like, I need to recreate a background, and it looks pretty terrible because it's kind of a, a more detailed one. There's one background that I did create from scratch, actually two that I'm pretty proud of because one looks
Yeah.
because they look pretty identical. One is like the polar bear like rolling one where I put the schlatt pillows. That's probably my favorite scene out of the whole thing because I got it pretty spot on. Like the background's reconstructed from scratch and it looks pretty similar. So I was really happy with that because it's like geometric shapes and stuff and it was easier to put
Wow.
together. But and then the like the construction looking one with I put all those like lines in like individually, but not with like drawing them with like a shape tool, which took a while, and there were like probably about 100 layers just for that one background, which was annoying
So how
and
long
really tanked
it
my
was a work
PC.
in progress. You're talking about it on Discord a lot. Those 27 hours, that was about a week. Did you do like a couple hours a day or something or? All right, sorry about that guys. Just had a little bit of an audio cutout. What I asked Mellow was with those 27 hours doing that massive video, did you split that over a couple of days or was it a week type of project?
Uh, I split it over like I think it was about 3 days, maybe four, but I think it was 3 days where I just kind of did it all. I just kind of wanted to get everything that I wanted to do done because I'd just come back from a trip from Edinburgh where I thought of the idea. And I didn't really want to lose that idea, so I just did it as fast as I could. It was so yeah, about 27 hours over about 3 days.
Jesus
I
Christ.
spent most of the time on it.
Was that on a weekend?
I think it was
Or you.
during like a summer break or something.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So I just had the time. I had nothing to really do at the time. So I just
Oh,
did that.
Mellow. A break from what? Are you studying something?
Yeah, currently I'm studying biology, chemistry, and psychology at A level. It's pretty painful.
Not only is this guy smart, oh, whoops, I was meant to say, not only are you funny, you're actually a smart guy too. It's really good. It's crazy what you're juggling at the moment. How, so how long's your? Well, tell me a bit about what you're studying again. I not
Well,
a
I'm
big
doing
brain at all, so
well, it's like biology, chemistry, and psychology, and it's like they're all really academic subjects,
yeah,
and you know, and they're like fairly in depth, like nowhere near as in depth as it would be in university, but they're in depth enough to be confusing sometimes. And like the mark schemes for exam papers are really strict. You got to say exactly what they want, even though even if it's right, if it's not exactly what they want, they won't really give you the marks for it, which I think is really stupid. But it is what it is.
well, what do you want this to lead on to? What would be? We always chase our dreams. What would be the absolute dream job for you, Mellow?
Well, it's funny because before COVID and stuff, I would have probably tried to go to university to become a doctor or something like that. Go get a degree in medicine. But like it was already hard enough to get into university to do that anyway. But after COVID, it's near impossible. It would have been possible for me to get in. So I decided that I'm apply to university for like VFX, like visual effects and CGI and stuff. Hopefully, gotta go down that route.
Yeah, I
So
love that.
more in line with like
It's
my
a
video editing.
it's a booming business. I don't
It
think you'll
is,
ever be
yeah.
short of work. That's for sure.
And the UK is like a place where like loads of studios and stuff always turn to hire visual visual effects artists. So hopefully
That
it'll be
was your
good.
first stutter. That your first stutter in the whole podcast. It's been 40 minutes. You're a pretty good speaker as well. Do you ever are you one to be nervous at public speaking I guess you do a lot of you you're very popular in the community and you do a lot of talking on Discord and so on, but what would you call yourself, an outgoing guy, shy guy?
Um, I don't really know. If there's public speaking, I try to avoid it. I'm not a big fan of like doing speeches or anything. But if I have to do it, I have to do it.
Yeah.
I do get nervous. I think it's pretty natural for anyone to get nervous at doing something like that. But I don't have like an intense fear of it or anything. Uh, so
Oh,
yeah.
don't worry. I have an absolute intense fear of public speaking. I'll do a story for once. And then I'm not allowed to talk about myself for the whole podcast. Um, I was a best man for my best friend at the first wedding of my life because no one gets married around my age, and we're not revealing that. Some might think I'm 40, but that's a false meme. Um, old man calf. But I had my first wedding in November amidst the change of jobs, and I'd literally just got my new job. The wedding was on the weekend. I was moving town. I was so stressed, and I said, I'm just going to focus on one thing and get this wedding done because the best man has to do a speech, and I printed. Like, I had so many stories to tell, but I just can't do it. I failed all my public speaking in school deliberately because I didn't do eye contact. I would shove the paper right in front of my face, and I can't even believe I'm doing something like this on YouTube now, but it's much more comfortable. But I can't wait to see the video recording of this because the wedding was recorded, and I basically just shoved the paper in my face, and I had massive fonts, and it took me about 7 minutes to get through the speech, but everyone said it was a good one. Just that I was shaking the whole time. I'm absolutely terrified of it. I can't do it.
Yeah.
But I just when it comes to this stuff, I just get a bit of a adrenaline jump, and just it's easy talking to people you know. So this is a different story, really.
Yeah, I understand that completely. I find it much easier to speak over like Discord or something than I would be to speak to like random people on a stage in real life, even if it's like a video that's going out on YouTube. But I don't know. Sometimes I get a bit nervous for that as well, because I don't know. It's still like, well, it's going to people that I can't even see. So I'm like,
Yeah,
but
just a carefree attitude. Just go for it.
yeah.
Well, is there anyone you're so popular in the community, but I'm just wondering who knows about your little account. Oh, just I didn't mean little then, but who knows about Mellowshooter? Do your parents know what you do? Is there like, do you have a real, do you have an outside friendship group that really embrace the meme community, or is this like a safe space where you love being anonymous and just do whatever you want?
Um, well, my parents kind of know. Like, they probably forgot what the name of my account is, which I'd be glad at the moment. But back when I was earning a bit of money, they kind of like I kind of needed to tell them, hey, I'm not like selling drugs or anything. I'm getting money off making memes. So like, don't be alarmed where this like random money's coming from. My
Yeah,
friends know. They're fine with it. They like memes as well. But I
who,
like
who
being
doesn't?
I like being anonymous on the internet. Like for this, I don't really like people knowing who I am, what my name is. Only few like people who know me off like being Mellowshooter know my like actual first name.
Yeah, even I don't know who you are.
Yeah, it's like because no one
I got
remembers
no
it.
idea who you are.
Because
It's awesome.
it's
I
because
like the
yeah.
anonymous. I like anonymous things. I've juggled it and I've kind of stuffed it up. But I am more isolated in Australia, so um, it's a different story. While the US and UK collectors, I understand it's definitely more,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, but it
more
also
important.
helps if my name or anything to do with me in real life doesn't get tied to this account. Because, like, if I'm applying for university and they, like, do a background check of me or something, and they just find, like, Omni ass as the first thing, I'm not really sure what they would, I'm not really sure how they react. So,
Don't worry,
yeah,
it's
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 nice
the
to be
years of, it's the
anonymous.
years of OnlyFans. I think you'll be fine.
That's true.
You'll have
That
to
is
make an
true.
OnlyFans for your edits.
Yeah, well, Omni ass
Only Omni.
OnlyFans.
Oh my goodness. Well, probably ending the editing chat. I think I've covered. I think people know you pretty well anyway, but I definitely wanted to. It's really interesting for me to listen to someone in your editing field, but for someone else just learning who you are and maybe they want to tiptoe into content creation, especially memes, would there be any advice that you'd give to, I don't know, an old fart like me or some 12-year-old getting their first phone wanting to have a crack on Instagram? What would be the do's and don'ts, I suppose?
Honestly, I don't even know if I'm the right person to ask that because from my experience, I did not start out like most other people. Most people start out like editing on their phone, and I never really did that. I just kind of went straight to PC. I pirated After Effects, and then just got going, you know. And it kind of is working out. I mean, it's my favorite editing software at the moment to use because it's like a really in-depth but non-professional software. It's kind of what all the Adobe apps really are, except from Photoshop. That one is used quite often in like
Yeah,
professional environments. But I'm not really sure what I'd say. Just make stuff that you think is funny, because you'll enjoy it more. Like, because then you'll attract people to your page that also share the same humor as you. You don't want to just randomly build your page, like make stuff that isn't you don't find funny, because then you start building your page up with people that won't like the content that you want to make. So
exactly.
I
Yeah,
just kind of make like most of the time, unless it's something that I need to like boost for followers or something, and I know that it won't impact it in any way. But I like to make stuff that I find funny. If I don't find it funny,
yeah,
I'm not proud of it.
exactly. Yeah, I think that's really good advice. I know there's probably some young viewers watching this, all 63 of you, like I quoted before, maybe 65. after the Mellow tag. But just create what you want and feel proud, feel safe, and you'll create a community you want to be a part of. That's what I like to do. I'm more mature and older in the community, so I can take. Basically, the only hate I've ever got was, "Oh, bro, open your Youtooz, bro."
That's
Um,
so funny.
Discord moment, but yeah, just create. I'm really happy with what I do, and what I'm doing now, I'm going to be even happier because I love podcasting, and I thought Youtooz creators, especially, I'll stuff it. I'll just say who's coming next, like Tooz. Um, I'll just put the tag. That's the next guest, guys. So underrated. I love all the Youtooz artists, all the collectors, and I think people in this community, that's where we'll start. Just deserve a voice. Um, Mellow, you've got a great voice, so that's why we're kicking it off with you. Sexy UK accent. But this is I haven't even made an intro yet. But yeah, limited time is just for not only limited collectors, but yeah, we've only got so much time in this community. Like, I'm basically semi-retired from collecting. Mellow's getting old in age too, ripe age of 17. You're in you're meant to be in prime collecting years, mate.
Yeah,
It's you got a little thing called study though. That the
yeah.
fees are not they're not fun, are
Oh, they're not fun, no.
they? Don't worry, I'm studying at the same time. I've just started studying, and it's not fun. It's guys, don't grow up. We were being really positive before. Now I've just dragged everyone down. Studying doesn't cost anything, I swear, guys. Now, would you like to go? I suppose people have waited long enough. Should we go into the Youtooz questions?
Yeah, sure.
Now, there's a lot, and I think there's a lot that are just jokes because it's you. So don't be offended if I don't read your question out because there's a lot of repeats too. But I guess we better reward the first person. This is from Plant Pluto, one of my favorites, one of my best friends in the community. What do you think Youtooz lacks the most?
Ooh.
It's a broad question,
It's a
but
broad question. There's a lot of things that they have, and there's a lot of things that they lack. I hear a lot of times about the shipping takes a long time, but for me, I unless I'm buying it as a gift, which I don't buy people Youtooz as a gift because of the shipping. I don't really care about the shipping because
mm,
it will get here when it gets here. As long as it gets
we're in the
here,
same boat.
as long
Whatever
as
you say, I'm
yeah,
the same. We're the
as
same, yeah.
long as
Yeah,
it
you've heard me.
long as it ends up here, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Um, but what do they lack the most? Honestly, I think it might be communication between content creators and content creators communication between artists. I think they need
Mm.
to set up a bit more with that because what I see, especially with Dream SMP content creators, it always ends up with the content creator likes a design or a few designs that they've seen on like Twitter. So they go to Youtooz and say, I want it designed like this. And the design that they say is basically the same as a design that has been made by someone else that they've seen. So it looks like Youtooz has stole that design, which they technically have indirectly, probably through the content creator, because it is the content creator after all that dictates how they want the figure done. So I think there just needs to be a bit more communication. If like they ask the content creator, where's the inspiration from this come? If there is any inspiration, can you send it so we can credit artists and stuff like that? Because it just ends up with a really negative thing about the company. Like there was a Twitter thread that I responded to, which I basically just had to debunk most of their stuff because there is stuff that Youtooz have done wrong in the past. Like a few situations where they have been like the ones in the wrong, but the ones that were in this thread were just really, really stupid things, and the things that have been debunked. There was only maybe one credible thing in their like list of like 20. It was quite funny. One of them was calling them racist because they made dead meme, which was Uganda Knuckles, which I had a little laugh about that. But
You know
yeah,
the way.
I think the main thing that they lack is probably that communication in between, so that artists can get like properly credited,
Yeah,
because it is gonna
spot on.
it's gonna end up being their detriment if they don't fix it, because especially on Twitter, public image is a big thing, and the the worst community to piss off is a huge toxic one that will, you know, in the end create up lies to fuel, what they think's right. The truth gets twisted when it's passed through a Twitter thread enough times. But who
Exactly.
knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Chinese whispers.
Exactly. But yeah, that's what I think they lack the most currently.
And I think that's a mature answer because, yeah, we're not fussed about. It's a bias question because you could say, oh, it lacks Garfield. It lacks.
Yeah.
Anyway, shout out Garfield's coming soon.
Yeah, Garfield's coming
It,
soon.
it
That's sick.
it lacks at the moment. It lacks bigger YouTubers. I don't know. You could say it lacks Australian creators and all that stuff. But I think you've nailed the head. Just
Yeah.
honesty between how Technoblade found what he wanted and stuff like that.
Yeah. Like it
Because
was like
sometimes some
techno,
people are just
Hannah Rose,
yeah,
all that.
some people
And,
are just chasing the bag, while some people it's their dream to have a Youtooz and they're so proud of it. And
yeah, like
yeah,
was it like
there's some good
Punk,
stories to come out of
Hannah? They
Youtooz
were like
figures.
really. I remember them being like really stoked on it. But yeah, but no hate to like the Youtooz team and the staff and stuff. The artists that the Youtooz artists, I feel really bad when they get like said that their design was robbed from someone else when they've probably designed it themselves and it's a coincidence. Like the Rambo plush, like that is a really difficult one because I do believe that was a coincidence. I don't think that was stolen, but it's just because they were so similar because they were both based on the same idea. Rambo
Yeah,
pictured in fan art and the
how
design of
creative
a
can you get with
sitting
his
Ram
character?
plush. Exactly. Well, it's like, and the proof was that it has a tail. But, if you look in the fan art of like Rambo, they give him a tail, like quite a lot. So it's always really, I always feel bad for the artists when they're falsely called out about stuff like that. And most
And
of the time, you
people
never
simply
know.
don't research. Yeah,
Oh, exactly. They just like throw accusations because it's Twitter. It's like really toxic, especially that part of Twitter,
Hmm.
dream Twitter.
Now,
But
the
yeah.
Instagram questions here are a lot of compliments of how sexy you are, and I'm not actually being weird. There's three.
Well,
Okay. There's two soup questions. What you don't answer any of these. These are just I'm just scrolling. The Twitter ones are more serious, I think. What does
yeah.
Okay? These are the best of the Instagram. What does Mellowshooter shoot?
What do I shoot?
Um, what's
Um,
your opinion on soup?
Honestly, that's a good question because I am not a big fan of soup, which is like a
Neither.
weird thing to say. But it's like I don't mind like Chinese soups and stuff, like really like watery soup, not watery, but soups that are
Just drink
like
water.
liquids. They're like drinks, and I like
Yeah.
that kind of soup because it's like like I don't know, it's just nice. But I don't like other soups that are kind of like thick. I just really don't like the texture. I, it's like eating sludge and slop for me, especially chunky soups are. Ugh. They're like some of them taste fine. Like tomato soup tastes fine. I just don't like it. Not even when I'm like ill. I just
Yeah,
I'd
that's the
rather
real
I'd
go-to, isn't
rather
it?
yeah, soups are like really good for when you're ill because they're really good to keep down. But I'd just not eat the soup. So
You know, if it wasn't for the Adam Driver meme, I wouldn't have thought about soup for years.
really
Good soup.
good soup.
Sorry, CJ Baffy, but we have covered about three of your questions. Like, what's your inspiration for each edit? How do you put it? You described how you do the smooth movements and when you started editing. Was there? You don't really know a rough year. Like you're 17. There wasn't a rough year when you started editing, I
I
suppose.
it was probably like I think it was 2019 where I started to edit videos,
Yeah,
and I think it was around 2020 where I got into After Effects.
Bagel has done a Liverpool joke. Why Liverpool? You kind of described you're not from there, but
Oh yeah,
or do you
see,
go
it's
for them?
funny because well, in the group chat we're in, because I said I live like near Liverpool. He always says I live in Liverpool, which when he hears this podcast, he'll hear my accent, which is not a Scouse accent. He'll be very disappointed.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah. So
but yeah,
iconic question. Your favorite Youtooz from Not Brady.
my favorite Youtooz. By far, like now, like before, I was kind of like, it might be like Galaxy RT or whatever. But I know now, solid first place, Connor Eats Pants V2. Best,
And that's
best,
probably in my
best
top
Youtooz
10, I
figure.
reckon. Yeah. Because
It's my
you're
favorite.
not only is it a great V2, is it Alexo? Alexo? I'm sorry. I
I think
butchered
it's
his name
I
last
think
time.
Axeleo.
Axeleo. And
I think
you
I
corrected
think
me
that's
the
his,
exact same way. I'm
I
so
think that's
sorry.
his name. It's so difficult with names in
Incredible
this
design.
community. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's great. I liked all the designs they put. Like I remember the fishing design from that era of Connor's content. Oh, it's great.
So here's one of our favourites, Zombina. Opinion on Glamrock Freddy, the kindest Freddy.
Is that the
I'm
one?
guessing.
That's the one from the new game, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a
I
GIF
haven't
of the new one.
I haven't played that game, but I've seen some stuff from it. Like
I've just seen Critical play it, speedrun it.
yeah, oh,
Really glitchy, apparently.
you can like beat it in under 5 minutes, like pretty easily.
Yeah.
Um, Glamrock Freddy. Yeah, I quite like it. He seems like a nice chap. Seems like a
He's
nice
not from
guy.
Liverpool, that's for sure.
I've just seen him. You can like get in him like a Titanfall mech.
Oh, actually, we'll continue from Vino, who bought a figure off me the other day. He bought RT Galaxy off me. Absolute legend, Vino. I love his Doctor Who art. He's so
Yeah,
good.
those Doctor Who concepts are so good.
Oi, Vino, you're coming on the pod. Thanks. He just said thank you. Did you hear that? It's 3 weeks away. um. Oh, sorry. He's asked one of the normal questions. How many figures do you have in your collection? Oh, I'm sorry, Vino. I
So,
should have.
well, yeah, we
I
answered
should
that
have read
earlier,
that.
didn't we?
Yeah, I'm sorry, but you don't have. Well, what's your favorite? Right? No, your favorite would be RT because you don't have Connor Eats Pants. Yeah,
Currently in
that
my
was.
collection, like I think it would be RT Galaxy. Close second. Actually, no. I think joint first would be RT Galaxy and Ted Niverson's V1, the Milkman. I really like that figure. It's absolutely huge
That's a
as
good one.
well. And then
Yeah, the hat's
I
massive.
think Jack Manifold is like a third now. Like,
Mm.
because I just got him recently, and he's like, it's way better in person than I think that it was on the website. Because I remember seeing it on the website, I was like, oh, that looks really good. And it's community designed as well. I think it was by like Space Panda and Rowan designed this one.
We know who to shout out. We love Space
So,
Panda, and Rowan is.
oh yeah,
I love Rowan's designs, like all the ghost stuff.
oh yeah, it's
Really
great.
professional account. Like, just looks.
Yeah,
Everything's just crisp. Yeah.
but
Space Panda's birthday the other day. Make sure to say they got a double dip basically. They got it their birthday just before Christmas and then yeah. I think that's pretty cool.
yeah, but I really like it. It's absolutely huge. It was way bigger than I thought it was gonna be. Jack Manifold. He's like I'm sitting next to Grande, and he's like nearly a whole Grande head taller. Actually, he probably is. So yeah,
Those
he's
first
absolutely
figures are so
massive.
small.
Oh, they're absolutely tiny. I remember I'd
It's
missed the
hilarious.
Beast, and he just looks so out of place. I
Next
managed to sell
question.
Mr. Beast for like 40 something quid. It's insane.
Yeah, Mr. Beast sells now. Yeah, it'll take a while, but it's finally sold out and he's
Yeah.
just one of the biggest YouTubers. Why not?
Mhm.
Um, best Brian Turks, one of our favorites. Best part of being in the community.
Um. See, here's the part where I'd make a joke about free stuff, but I think
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like I like just seeing all the different like really talented people just kind of make stuff. And like especially I really love it when like a community artist gets to work on like a plush or a figure or something. It's really great to see, and it always there hasn't been a single community design that's been bad so far, I'd say. I think they've all been pretty good.
Mm, exactly, and I'm liking how, like you said, the artists are getting more rewarded.
Yeah.
The descriptions on the Youtooz website are way better. Like, check out K-Toon, designed by K-Toon.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
Now
they are
we
getting
spoke
better
about
at
that
doing that.
name. I'm saying that name right, right? We talked
Maybe.
about this last time.
It's a mystery.
Whoopsies. Um, Now, who else was here? This is the most unprofessional bit of the podcast, if you can call the other bits professional, but because I'm just scrolling on Twitter. Uh, when you got your first ever Youtooz, did you ever think you would be a prominent member of the community and continue collecting Youtooz?
Um, I thought I would keep collecting Youtooz, I think, because I was like, I liked the design. Like, some people like designs where it's like, oh, all the eyes are the same, or they all kind of have like the same type thing. I quite like those things. I like there's like one universal feature that links them together, and not I know not everyone does, but that's just my preference. So I thought I'd keep collecting them. There's people that I like. I like the designs. They are a bit pricey, but you know what? It'll work. I didn't think I'd be a prominent community member. I don't think anyone goes into a community expecting them to be a popular member, but I just thought one day we were sitting in like I think it was I can't remember what it was, but I was sitting down in a group chat and I was like I'm gonna start doing something and I'm gonna like become a community member. And I was looking through the Reddit and I was like and the Discord and everything. I was like, there's kind of a gap like in the market you could say for people that like do little video edits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I'm just gonna start doing that. And then I started doing that and well, it worked out I guess. So yeah, I just
No,
make
definitely.
video just make
I
little
was in
video
the
edits
same
now.
boat. I was on Twitter for a bit. I weirdly started on Twitter. I, I got, um, I got JDR, who was in the community a bit more. They're a YouTuber, and they were doing Fiverr, designs, and I just designed my own little Youtooz and just got on Twitter. I was trying to decide a name for ages, just like coffee and vinyl and plastic and whatever. It was like caffeinated collectibles at the start, and that was terrible.
It's not that bad.
Settled up.
I
Yeah,
I I,
it's
th- I think
long.
it is. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think I think like caffeinated vinyl, caffeinated collectibles, like those are pretty good names.
I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good
I think the
names.
vinyl was. It just sounds better than plastic or
Oh, it
U2s or.
does. Yeah,
Oh, and I
caffeinated
didn't want to have a
plastic
twos
sounds
in it.
like.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I only made the Mellowshooter account because I was like, well, it makes sense.
but
So.
you were already separated. You had like a meme account and then a
Oh
U2's
yeah,
account.
it's
Mine's
not. Yeah, I wouldn't make a main
yeah.
account with like Twos or Funko or anything like that in the name because
And so many
well,
people have changed their names because they've gone away or they've wanted to do something else.
yeah,
Um, yeah, they just get burnt out. While I feel like I can, yeah, caffeinated. That's just coffee addict, and then vinyl can be collectibles. But yeah, I was happy with that, and I was on Twitter and just I was tweeting about everything about YouTube's, and I had like no followers. And then I just started on Instagram, and I think YouTube's was growing in that late 2019, and so I'll say that I started with Pyro, and it just kind of exploded. I kind of got 50 followers, and everyone was really welcoming, and it was just crazy. Like Instagram was so much better than Twitter. Um, I've got a good Twitter community now, but there's only, you get a massive the engagement's so much more, and you can do so much more on Instagram. I find like lives, photos,
Yeah,
videos, stories.
I quite like the
Yeah,
Instagram features, but like I think for the best thing for like growth, I think Instagram's probably the worst platforms for growth. If I had to like restart what I was gonna do, I'd probably restart on YouTube or Twitter
mm,
because you do get the most engagement and stuff. But I like Instagram for the fact that it has the best sense of community out of all of
yeah,
them because out of everything you've got better, like it's got really good features but really terrible execution of like everything else because Facebook are stupid and keep neglecting Instagram.
sorry, what's Facebook? I only know the metaverse.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's weird. It's weird to see all the like the meta stuff now. It's like I was looking at like an advert for like an Oculus Quest, and it was like, oh yeah, it's the Oculus Quest by the Meta company, and I was like, why? They
I
probably
haven't
changed it
been.
because Facebook has such a bad reputation, and for good
Oh,
reason
it's
as
terrible.
well. It is terrible.
It's just run by my mum and your mum.
Yeah,
and um
everyone's mother's got Facebook.
and their mums.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Sorry, I haven't been crediting people's names for the question. That was by their names too long. Emmy, I know Emmy. Emmy, sorry, your ats are too long, guys. It's Emmy I go by, but um, question. The second question: are you subscribed to CAF on YouTube?
Of course I am, and you should be too.
Oh my god! Plug
The
this
plug.
guy. The plug. Um, yeah, I don't know how you answer this, but whenever you spend lots of money on a Youtooz order, how do you adapt to that loss of money?
Um,
Because I don't see it as a loss of money in the
most
long run.
most of the time, like I don't spend huge amounts of money on one Youtooz order. Like if I'm gonna buy something, I'll buy one of like
Yeah.
a thing. If it's like a collection and I really really want it, then I'll shell out the money. But to me, if it's something that I really really want, then it isn't a loss. And I know that in the future, those figures will probably sell out, and I could probably sell them for more than I bought them. So I don't really equate it to a loss of money.
Oh, this isn't financial advice.
No, it's not financial advice, not at all. It's probably
There we
terrible
go.
financial advice.
You can say whatever you want now. We just had to say that.
Right,
No,
but
it's
yeah.
crazy. My bulk buying days are over. We talked about this ages ago. Youtooz. I didn't even. I should have said something earlier. Youtooz is great. You can, if you. Okay, what was the latest release? Friday Night at Freddy's. You hear of Youtooz. You just
Friday
want to buy
night.
that. Friday. Oh no.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Shit. Why do I
Friday
always
Nights
think
at
Friday?
Freddy's. Having
It's not even a Friday when we're recording this. 5 nights. I said that so confidently as well.
That's really funny.
Cut that out. There's no cuts. I'm going to make you record this in another month. 5 nights. I've gone so red. It's it was a 35-degree day as well. It's still like
Really?
30 degrees. It's one of those summer nights in Australia. It's killing me.
Yeah.
Um.
Oh,
So yeah,
for
you can.
Americans, that's in Celsius.
Oh yeah. No, I don't care about you guys. Half of my followers. Oh, do they know what centimeters are?
I
No,
have no idea.
meters, kilometers. Yeah. Anyway, enough of roasting Americans. Um, what I was saying was, yeah, this is like I said, this is the unprofessional. This is the miscellaneous bit at the end. Um, it's for everyone. You can dip your toes in, buy a Garfield Youtooz, which is coming soon, which I can't wait to buy. Or you could be a bulk collector like Bricks and Plontan. You can. Some people collect. Someone said this the other day. They collect streamers. They collect Minecraft. They collect all the YouTube ones. So you can. Yeah, you can just. I'm just collecting what I like at the moment.
Yeah, that's what I
So
get. I
yeah,
I don't have a specific like collection I need to fill out. I think the only complete collection that I have at the moment is Cuphead. I have all 3 Cuphead figures. I know there's more
Yeah.
coming, and I definitely won't buy them because I don't, Um, one collection that I do wanna get the rest of when they come out is Sea of Thieves second wave, because there are going to be some great figures in that collection. I think there's going to be a glow in the dark figure. There's going to be some really good ones. I know like the Gold Hoarder is getting a figure, which I really, I'm looking forward to see that. I know Rack made a
They were a great first drop. Yeah.
yeah, I know Rack made a concept for the Gold Hoarder, and it's exactly what I would want sitting on his big throne. I think that would look really cool. But yeah, oh yeah, and I got Jack, Jack RT and Kevin's second, like their V2s when they dropped on St. Patrick's Day. I think,
I'm still
yeah.
I'm still red from Friday night at Freddy's. I'm so done. Um, Tony Twos asks, "How did you?" I like this one as well because I've never asked you. How did you? How did you come up with the character design of Mellowshooter, the PFP that the character design
Uh,
that's on the screen right
um,
now?
I can't really remember. I just thought, well, because I remember before I had it was an Incinerator Stormtrooper's like helmet as my icon from like The Mandalorian. Um, and because I really like Star Wars and I really like Marvel as well. But I can't really remember. I just remember going, okay, I need to make like a character. If I want to like do anything with, because they would like, I remember it was at Cowbell at the time, and they were thinking of doing like some kind of merchandising. So I was like, well, if I want to join in with that, I need like a character. So I forget how I did it. I just kind of came up with it. There wasn't any like sort of inspiration or anything. And when I looked at it, I was like, yeah, that's all right. And then I gave it to an artist, and he was like, yeah, I can do that. And he turned it into art. So I drew like
You
an initial
sure?
sketch, and
You
they
sure
drew.
you're just not a dream stan?
Yeah, the mask. I'm pretty sure that was like before Dream was like even a
Wow.
big thing. So I had
Wow. Oh,
I had the mask first.
Dream
I had
copied it.
that Dream copied my mask design. Yeah, and the
That's awesome.
question mark, like I think someone like asked me if I was like a fan of the Riddler or something, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that makes sense that they would think that now. I think the question mark, I think my original like intent was I'm never gonna face a reveal or anything. I think the question mark is just something to do with like
Yeah.
just being
Anonymous.
anonymous, like
Yeah.
yeah.
Who's this Joker? It is, and you kind of like got a cheeky grin.
Oh, that was something that I think it was I forgot when that was added. I forgot which iteration that was added in. But
Too many.
yeah, there's been a few. There's been a few. I remember. Uh, I think it was I think it was Pixel um that made a concept of me like after I won like a few competitions, or it was after the slime thing, and that's like still one of my favorite like pieces of art that I've ever been like shown. It was really good. It was like it was like my guy like at a desk with like the question mark on it, and it had like a slime stick. It had like a bunch of Youtooz boxes at the bottom. There was like a laptop with like one of my edit thingies like displayed on the screen, and there was like a cracked jar, cause like and that was like really like pretty. That really like shocked me, I guess, because that was like something that I made like a while ago for like my own page on Instagram. Because like when the troll face Youtooz was coming out, I made something for that in like April, and I don't even think I didn't even post that to the Youtooz subreddit. So, oh, I might have, but yeah, that was like pretty cool to see, and it's still like my favorite like fan art, I guess you could call it. I don't like calling it that, but the best piece of art someone's ever given me.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, that's about the serious questions on the. Now, I don't know how people will react to the length of a Youtooz podcast or just a general chit chat. The Two's chat boys were wrapping me and Sleepy up at about an hour, and I thought that went really quick. Um, we're at about an hour. Like I said, this is the unprofessional part where I'm just checking things and just moving around. An hour and 20. I think that's a pretty good sweet spot. Um,
Yeah, I
th-
think that's pretty good.
this might not be for everyone. Like you said, people struggle with long format content, but this is just what I want to do anyway. And if
Yeah,
people like yourself are happy enough to join in, it, I think it's just a fun way to just to express ourselves and what we do really, and learn. There's only so much you can learn about someone on just an Instagram post. So I think these are pretty good insights to people's life and people behind the accounts really, and what they're happy to open up with.
yeah.
So these are my little Youtooz questions, and then I suppose we can wrap things up. We could just go on for ages, but being a Youtooz podcast, where do you see Youtooz in 5 years? Because things have really changed in the last 12 months. Do you think things
Um,
are keep on getting bigger, or what's your honest opinion?
well, I see a lot of people saying that they think like YouTube's are gonna like be gone in 5 years. And honestly, like I can't say whether they'll be here in 5 years or not, because 5 years is a really long time. Like anything can happen. Like the company started like 2 years ago, and they're already like where they are now. They've had like collaborations with like Avatar, Sea of Thieves, Cuphead, Banjo Kazooie, like
Garfield,
Attack on Titan, Garfield. You know, it's like
the biggest.
it's incredible like what they've achieved in 2 years, and um, I see people say they don't see them lasting long because it's they make stuff internet memes and content creators. When those disappear, so there's Youtooz. I'm like, well, content creators will always keep appearing, and it's like different generations of people will move on to it. It's like Funko. They never have there's a non-stop supply of pop culture that they can just leech off of and just make anything that they want. With Youtooz, there'll be never-ending amount of content creators. There'll still be memes to come, but I think that will slowly die out. But the main thing that I think will keep them like alive is like brand deals and stuff, because they're starting to get into that pop culture bit as well, where they are getting deals to make stuff like from like games, animes, TV shows, movies, and not just like current ones as well, like past ones. Like we had the Home Alone collection, really recent.
Yeah,
So
exactly. They can do seasonal drops. I think they've really been smart, and I
they
guess
really have.
I can't really pitch in my opinion every podcast because I'll ask the same question. But I thought the plushies was really smart. You couldn't
Oh
just
yeah,
keep doing. The 1 foots were probably not the best experiment. They're too heavy, too big, too expensive for most people. But I like how they experimented. There's the lollies. There's the drinks. I think the plushies was huge though. Like for Pokemon, like every kid has plushies. Every kid grew up with Beanie Babies or whatever.
yeah,
There's always that little like I'm looking at my Leafeon Pokemon plushie at the corner of my bed that my girlfriend bought me. It's just a nice collectible piece. I don't know. Even adults collect it.
yeah,
They just got to keep adjusting to seasonal figures and just keep the YouTubers coming low. I think that you got to, as long
yeah.
as they keep true
Remember,
to their core,
remember where
you'll
they
keep the
started.
OGs and keep building people.
Yeah, as long as they can keep the community around as well, it's always nice. I see a lot of people complaining about how they don't do as much community stuff anymore, or they're not as close to their community as they was before. And like I can't really like I guess, but the community is so much bigger. It would be impossible for them to have the same interaction as they had when the community was, you know, a tenth of the size in like 2019. But I do understand what people are saying about that. I think they do try, especially with like they gave like new Reddit moderators, didn't they? They like
Yeah, they even reached out to, yeah,
slash
Reddit
Psycho
the other day.
and I
That's
think
growing.
Callum as well. I think Callum was a new moderator as well.
They're trying
So
their best. So I
yeah,
couldn't imagine the recruiting process they go through monthly,
and
if
it's
not
like
weekly.
they do loads of giveaways as well. It's not like they've stopped giveaways as well, because those are a big thing. Like every drop gets a giveaway, and some drops get like competitions as well. Like Reddit, it seems like every like 2 weeks or something, there's like a new competition, and it's weird because the reception on Reddit is like people really don't like these competitions, which I think is really weird. Like I get it, it like floods the subreddit with a bunch of entries, lots of them being like really low effort like
But it keeps it
stuff.
fresh. It
But
keeps us away from vault questions.
exactly, and it's like I don't know if there's it's giving free stuff to people. I don't mind people getting free stuff. I think that's quite cool. Some people would like a Youtooz, can't even afford a Youtooz. But if they can win a competition, then, or a giveaway or something, then they can get one. And it's always nice to see something like that. But yeah. But sometimes competitions can be a bit biased. Sometimes the ones that I don't like are the Twitter ones. I don't like entering the Twitter competitions because I'm pretty sure they're randomly picked.
Right. Okay.
Because
You
I've
don't think
seen,
it's
no, they're definitely not handpicked. Not anymore, or not the ones that have loads of entries. Because I understand why, because it would take too much time to go through all the entries and stuff. But like
the
the
hashtags?
sometimes you look at the winners and you go, I've seen about 10 that were better than this. Like it's like especially the they don't know meme one, like the guy like the Wojak guy standing with a
Yeah. Yeah.
cup. It's like that competition was a mess on Twitter because loads of people like made great things. Like I saw at least like 15 that were better than the winners, and the winners were really like low effort, like slapped a bit of text on something and put like Youtooz eyes on it in MS Paint. They were like really really bad, and they weren't even funny, and they still won
Yeah.
because they were
And you just wonder.
because they weren't handpicked. I don't think, and if they were, then Jesus Christ, they didn't look for long because there were some better ones. And like, it sounds like I'm just being salty, but like, I don't think I would have won because there were ones that were better than mine that should have won. They were absolutely robbed. So
No,
yeah,
I think you're a man of taste, and I definitely trust your word when it comes to competition winners anyway, or whoever's deserving.
yeah.
Um, like I said, this is at the end of the year, so Merry Christmas, everyone. It's 3 days late. Um, but what I'll end the question. I don't really have a closing question, but this one, because it's at the end of the year, is there any goals for yourself for 2022?
I'd probably like to reach like 10,000 on Instagram. That would be nice. So I think I unlocked some like features on it when I reach 10K. So it'd
Oh, really?
always be nice. Probably get good A levels, get into university. I think those are my goals. Maybe win another competition on the Reddit. That would always be a nice little add-on. I'm still waiting for my ornament box actually. I don't know if they've even shipped out.
Yeah.
I was hoping
I
they'd have
think I saw
shipped
an
before
update about that being
Christmas.
delayed or something.
Yeah, I would guess that it would be delayed or something because things get delayed pretty often. But yeah, I saw
Well,
Top
Mellow,
Pops' video and it looked exciting, so I'm looking forward to that. Probably next year.
yeah, he got express shipping. Well, Mellow, thank you so much. You, like the guys know now, because we told them at the start, you've dedicated an hour and a half to me tonight, which is your afternoon. And I think we talked for nearly 2 hours last time. So thanks for being so patient. I hope this comes out well. and the people enjoy it. But if not, we enjoyed it anyway. So,
Yeah.
all the best. If you have any closing words, I suppose, do your thing, but make sure we get Mellow to 10K, and you just study up anyway. I know you'll do fine in your
Oh
study,
yeah.
but
That's well, I'm
yeah,
actually gonna go study after this.
yeah, fair enough.
Lovely. Um, yeah, I don't really have many closing words. Just say probably Happy New Year to everyone in the community. Uh, it's always really nice hearing, getting nice comments when I post an edit. It's really nice from you guys. Um, I'd like to probably thank um, Austin Long. He's been was really good to me, like all the interactions we had during 2021. And well, he gets more hate than he deserves. He's, from what I've seen of him, really nice guy. He's done a lot of good things for me. So yeah.
Awesome. No, I don't know why I asked you for a closing. I meant to do that, I think. So, no, really good words. Yeah, I agree with the Austin thing. Hopefully, we can have a chat in the future too. I've sent a few Twitter messages to him, just to just some boring ones anyway. But yeah, it's a hard business to run. But we're still here after 2 years, and no doubt we'll be going for a few more years. And let's hope there's a few more episodes to come in the new year, guys. So yeah, happy holidays to whatever you celebrate, and yeah, hope to see you soon. Thanks for tuning in.